Alright, I'm going to be doing a video of this Hunter Sentry table fan that I got this summer in the Dominican Republic. My mom's friend, who is actually the daughter of a former president of the country, gave this to me since it needed some fixing up. She gave it to me to actually keep, but since you know I like fans a lot, and I've recorded all of her fans in the past. She has a newer Panasonic in the laundry room, a Hunter original in the living room, two Hunter Savoys, a Hunter Quiet or Silent Breeze 2, Quiet Breeze 2, basically a 5-bladed Coastal Breeze 52-inch that's an antique brass, and two newer Hunters, one in her bedroom and one in her daughter's bedroom. And this fan was actually in her massage room. It had like a very Caribbean look to it. But this fan was in somewhat rough shape. The blades are all rusted up. We're just white painting them black. I tried to sand it down. You can kind of see some spots like right there. Also, I didn't really do the best job painting. I actually did it very quickly the night before I left the DR in the summer. So yeah, I am heading down there again this Christmas. So if I see her, I'll show her a picture of it. And I just got this table last week, I think. Yeah, last Sunday actually. Well, yeah, a week from last week since it's today's Sunday. I have been busy with finals, so I should be getting back to the videos now. So for those who have been wondering how long it will take, it was like just a week I needed off. I wanted to do the iMovie remakes of the Passport 2 and the Will Profile last week, but I had to delay those, so which would end up doing the other videos. But yeah, last week Nathan visited my house, so he brought over a few fans, so I will be reviewing those after this. Well, after I showed a video of him visiting. But yeah. This fan needed a ton of oil. That was actually the main issue it had. And it works just fine. Mark did a video of it when he came by the first time to visit. This as soon as I got back, so yeah. It's from December of 2004. And this fan is going to be my permanent table fan for the living room. And it's actually my favorite fan in my 4-fan collection. Just because of how it was like a older fan, but it's actually a newer one at the same time. So I just like that a lot. It's also my most powerful 4-fan too. Maybe the Lakewood might be a little bit more powerful, but this and the Lakewood are pretty close. So yeah. There's 0, speed 1, speed 2, speed 3. Just like antique fans, and it has a Hunter logo right there. And it says Sentry right there. There was one at Fanimation that was very similar to this one. Like the same finish and all that, but it was different. I don't know which one that was, but if you guys have been to Fanimation, you guys will know which one I'm talking about. It's on the second floor, but yeah, I would have left the blades the finish they were, but since they were so rusted up, there was no way to salvage them. I tried to use a wire brush, that didn't work. And I could have repainted silver, but the thing is, this silver, it's a bit different. It's not just a plain old silver. Kind of has like it's weird. It's kind of hard. It had like a silver and a tiny tin of brass to it, by the looks of it. I mean, it's not like brushed nickel like it is, but it had like a yellowish tint to it in some ways. So to find a silver that was exactly like that would have been impossible. So yeah, I also just feel like the black looks better on it. Make it look more like an antique fan, or like a replica of an antique fan. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off on speed 1. Since this fan's been oiled, it does take this thing used like almost half of the 3-in-1 oil that I used on this. The motor oil, the blue can. Don't worry, guys. I didn't use the black one. Most speed 1 works very well. Before it won't even spin at all. Speed 2 I was able to spin somewhat. Speed 3 worked, but not as well as it does now. So the fan definitely works a lot better than it did before. It's very powerful, and I'm very glad to have it in my collection. In fact, I was planning to get something like this for the living room, to have a table fan in the corner right here, and this is actually the perfect one. My mom loves it. Everybody else who's come here, they said they love it, so it's staying. It was a very good amount of air on speed 1. I have been using it quite a bit since I brought it back from the Dominican Republic. It's been on top of my record player, and I'll take it off or just put it in front of it when I'm using a record player. But I got the table for it last week for $17 at Savers. And I think it looks very well with the table. It's a black fan and a black table. Goes pretty well together. Turning down for speed 2. Oh, before that, very short oscillating. And also the fact that this fan is from a daughter of a former president of another country, that's another reason why this fan is my favorite Ford fan in my collection. So I get back towards this direction now. There we go. Now for speed 2. It does a lot better on medium than it did before. What I did was on my way, I had a fan facing upwards, like, it's not hard to explain, but basically if you were to push it back, like push it like this, bam, and it would fall back. It was kind of like that. The fan was pointing towards the ceiling. I would leave it like that, let it run a bit, and oil it. And that's what I did with the Galaxy when I first got it last year, and when it's in my bedroom. I think does a very good job on speed 2. When it's very hot, I use it on speed 3, especially like when it was like warmer out. When I first brought it back up here, I use this fan quite a bit to give the low profile a bit of a break. I'd go back and forth like every hour. I'd switch back and forth between this fan and the low profile. This one I would run this fan and the low profile together whenever my mom was cooking it. Since the living room was part of the kitchen where they're attached, the kitchen living room will get very hot as well. So yeah. To make sure oscillating. Yeah, it's a very good fan. I like it a lot. It's very well made too. It's actually pretty heavy. And now it's 3 3. Still use it from time to time in the winter time, but not as much. I usually wait to put it on speed 1 just to give the low profile a break. So. Another thing it does, it'll make the tea sound like every few seconds. Upwards, I can. So if I'm not going to do it down, I'm going to shut it off and spin down. And believe me, spin down on a fan is very long for a 4 fan. especially after all the oil I put in this fan. It makes sense why spin out's pretty long. It could be the type of motor that I use, I'm not sure, but yeah, it has a very long spin out for a 4 fan. Takes almost a minute actually for it to stop. But yeah, it's come to a complete stop, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more videos to come.